News. It is Thursday, March 4th, and we are excited to welcome in Kate Sánchez joining us from But Why Tho, the editor-in-chief of But Why Tho podcast.com. Kate, second time on the show, which we are super excited about because we had you on a little while ago. I think it was like late January or something like that. And since then, I've had a lot of great guests from your website, contributors to But Why Tho, and beyond. It has been great to have their presence on our show and share all the great content that you're making over there at butwhythopodcast.com. We're going to talk about Kaiju Week in just a little bit. There's exciting news in the Pacific Rim realm. But in case someone missed you when you showed up in January, let's start with kind of the basics. What is the premise behind butwhythopodcast.com?
Yeah, so But Why Tho is
Put it on a pen.
Is a community of
Who put it on a pancake pedal right next to the mute pedal? Ryan.
The planning is just, I mean, it's amazing how thorough we are in our line of thinking for certain things. Oh my gosh, that was great.
I tried real hard to work through that. Didn't work. But Why Tho is a community of writers and podcasters. We're an entertainment outlet that covers everything in pop culture, from video games, comic books, books, anime, manga, TV, film festivals, everything you can think of. We do it, but we do it with the main goal of uplifting marginalized voices and using our platform to create a community where everybody feels included.
Including Bob, who says put it on a pancake. You
really
can join us. I'm going to let Sean take over and ask the question about the reason that we're having you on in addition to reintroducing people to the community, because Kaiju Week sounds pretty exciting, Sean.
Kaiju Week does sound pretty exciting, and it's coming soon from the looks of it. So tell us a little bit about Kaiju Week and what's getting you so excited for it, and what are the details?
So I will start off that this is my Crunchyroll merch that was an exclusive print of Godzilla. So it's a Godzilla hoodie with Godzilla panels on the back from a Godzilla comic. I have more merch in the mail because I couldn't resist buying more of it. And I just love Kaiju and Godzilla and the entire world of giant monsters. So I lost my collective self, both on my personal Twitter and on our brand Twitter when the Godzilla vs. Kong trailer came out. And so did our community. Everybody was super damn excited. And they were like, so are we going to watch this? Because we do community watch nights. So I was like, yeah. But like, what if we also watched all the Kaiju movies that America's done since like 2014? And they were like, yeah, we should do that. So, we all really just love big monsters hitting each other, and so we decided to bring our love of big monsters hitting each other and community together for an entire week of Kaiju programming. I didn't put in the 2014 Godzilla movie. That's only because there's like only 10 minutes of Kaiju there, but we're starting with Kong Skull Island, then going to Godzilla King of the Monsters, which is one of my personal faves. And then we're doing Godzilla vs. Kong and ending with Pacific Rim.
Very, very, very cool. Speaking of Pacific Rim, we were talking about that earlier. I very much enjoyed the first movie, and I enjoyed the second movie as well. But I know that they're doing more. So I know that Pacific Rim: The Black is coming out, and it's something that you've been very excited about. So can you share with us, what are you most looking forward to when it comes to Pacific Rim: The Black? And can you just kind of explain a little bit to some of the folks in our audience who might not know what it is?
Yeah, so for me, Pacific Rim, as I guess a universe now, it's a love letter to both kaiju film and mecha anime, and that's really what like Guillermo del Toro started when he made the first film, and it's one of my favorite kaiju films. I know it gets ragged on a lot for having a lot of humans and being real slow, but it has big robots punching big monsters, and you can't not like that at some point. But the cooler thing is, even in the second one, which I also liked, I mean, it wasn't good, but they had real cool mech designs.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I'll put it on. There's an entire world and lore of understanding both the robotics and the engineering side of what it looks like in this future state. And then there's also an entire lore of like the kaiju that are coming, where they're coming from, and the different types. And one of the things that I've really embraced and what I really loved about Pacific Rim as a franchise and what Pacific Rim the Black is doing is expanding this narrative to showcase, like, how do you explain it? In the kaiju movies we usually get, the military's little plane isn't doing much to Rodan. Instead, it's getting barrel rolled. So, like, what happens if you can actually fight this force in a mech? So Pacific Rim the Black is a Netflix original animation, which they've been killing it lately. It's also one of their hybrid types. So anime, as we know it, is usually two-dimensional. But there's been a real push from both Japan and mainly a lot of Netflix content right now of mixing together 3D CGI and 2D art. And so this is going to be their first one of that this year. They've done more in the past. And one of the reasons I'm excited for that animation style is that Studio Orange, which is renowned for that, is helping co-develop a Godzilla anime that is coming later on this year as well. So there's a lot of kaiju glory coming, and Pacific Rim the Black is kind of just the start of that. And I'm excited just to dive back into the world and see, like, what you can do with a long form TV series versus just a one-off movie, which I think is really what that franchise deserves, because there is so much to dig into.
I'm very famous, cool. Kate, on the show for mispronouncing things, and earlier one of us said Gaiju instead of Kaiju. I just want to make sure, like, there isn't like a Gaiju. It's not like a smaller one or something, right?
No, not that I know of.
Okay, so we'll
Gaiju is the uncle.
Oh,
yeah, Kaiju's less talked about uncle.
That's true.
He's like the weird one in the family, so we don't really talk about him.
I'm going to be like 70 years old, and there's going to be a new series that comes out called something to that effect, and it's going to be like the uncle of Kaiju, and then everyone's going to be like, what? I do have one last question for you. It's a shorter one, but are you still as excited about Godzilla versus Kong as you were the last time we had you on the show?
Oh, hell yeah. Even more so. I mean, come on. An atomic breath blast being met by a war axe wielded by Kong. So, like, that sounds absurd. And, like, Kong is totally gonna get, like, swept. Like, there's no competition. Godzilla wakes up from a nap with a nuke. But, like, it's gonna be good. And I'm hoping that we'll get some Mechagodzilla in here, and that Godzilla is actually not the villain that everybody's slandering him to be right now, because he's a sweet, chunky baby boy. He never did anything wrong, and he's here to protect us.
I feel like we need to have Gaming Morning Show get on the side of Kong.
No.
Would you like our support?
He is being now. See, the thing is there's a slanderous campaign right now with the Godzilla versus Kong stuff, where Kong is being made to be out this sweet daddy, and he has a daughter now, and he's caring. But did everybody just forget that Godzilla just offended the entire world from not one, but like all kaiju? So, like, come on now.
I love it.
Just saying.
Kate, your passion behind this is so amazing. I think you need to be on our show every week. But we have had a great time having people from But Why Tho's community come on. Lanisha has been on. We had Derek recently. CJ before that. The list goes on. And we look forward to having more But Why Tho guests on the show in the future. Until then, check out butwhythopodcast.com. And if more information for Kaiju Week, if people want to sign up, probably like a Discord type thing, where would you want us to send them?
Yeah, so it is actually our pinned tweet right now.
Oh, perfect.
Yep, and I can send you the Discord link. I can't believe I forgot to send you my Discord invite link. But yeah, it's our pinned tweet. So you can just click right there, and you get to see our entire month's worth of programming, because we got an entirely new mod team who are doing amazing, and we are running a full month of community event programming instead of just a couple of weeks here and there. So.
And the Twitter is But Why Tho PC on Twitter. You can also find Kate on Twitter as well. We'll link all of that stuff through to the chat. Kate Sánchez, thanks so much for taking time to join us this morning on Gaming Morning Show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys.
Absolutely.
Thanks for coming.